Hello and welcome to a special episode from Just the Chords. This is Microphone Technique 101, which means just the basics about microphones. We're going to go through 5 quick tips in this video. It'll only take a few minutes, and with these 5 quick tips, you will look like a pro, look like you know what you're doing, whether you're recording on a mic in a studio or using a microphone live in person. In this video, I'll be using a Shure SM58, one of the most common microphones that we see on the scene, at least for live sound. Tip number 1, the angle of the microphone. We want it to be kind of like, if you can imagine a trumpet, coming straight out from the mouth, an extension of this tube of the mouth into the microphone. We don't want to talk over the top of it. All of our sound is almost being missed, or to the side of it, or underneath it. Unless we're doing special effects, we really want to start out right into it, straight on, for a good sound check to see where our bass line is. Keep that angle. No matter where the head goes, that angle to the mouth is just like a magnet. That takes us into tip number 2, the distance of the microphone. I want almost just a finger of distance between my lips and the front of the mic to start out once again for my bass line when sound checking. I don't want to be really far away unless I'm doing a big loud effect and I want to pull off. But for just the general talking, singing, finding out where I'm at, I want to start right here. A thumb away, a finger away. And like I said in the last one, it is just a magnet. I practice doing figure 8s and keeping my mouth right on the target of that mic. Seems silly, but it's all too easy for someone to turn their head and then have the big important part not heard by the audience. They could miss the joke, the punchline, the emotion, the sensitivity. It's really important that that mic stays right in line with our mouth wherever that head goes. Practice feeling that magnet effect between the two. Tip 3 is our proper grip of the mic. We want it to just be right on the body, obviously not clenching, no tension, no shaking, but just a finger or two. Sometimes it's too loose, it's falling, it's whimsy, this cord's going everywhere. We might not be able to really direct it right where we truly want it. So a firm grip on the body, and don't bring the hand up to the cage of the microphone. No cupping, as we call it, holding on here. That's a special effects thing for maybe when we're beatboxing, but don't do it just to look cool or just as your effect. This is not where we want to start. It changes the sound dramatically. I sound like Darth Vader. And the sound people will be mad at you. Tip number 4, if we're recording and not using live sound, a filter is great. Gets rid of a lot of the plosives being too much, and those won't come in the way of our recording, whether it's speech or singing. All the other previous rules still apply, but these filters are a really cheap and nice device to keep us sounding professional when recording. And tip number 5 is for sound checking, right? Before an event, when we want to find out the level of the microphone, how it interacts with the band, I go through just counting or ABCs to start out with for a simple sound testing if the sound is present or not. ABC, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just keep going through those in a very medium pitch, not too low, not too high. Once you've established that it's on, it's working at a volume you like, go into the lows and highs then. Test it out really low, see if your low voice is still speaking in the mic, in the monitors. Go into some high stuff, head voice, woo! See if that's still picked up, not weak. After the low and the high, last thing I want to do is hit the plosives, meaning things that kind of explode from our mouth. K, p, t, f, ch. All those intense consonant sounds. I want to test those plosives, that there's not feedback or ring, and that it's not getting in the way of my singing, my line. And so those were my 5 mic tips for Microphone Technique 101. The angle, being like a trumpet, straight on from our mouth, continuing that line. Number 2, we talked about the distance, being only about a thumb's distance, keeping that magnet effect. Number 3, we talked about the grip, being just very mid-body, not too tight, not too loose. Let it contribute to the first 2 things we talked about. No cupping. Tip number 4 was for when we're not recording live in a studio, consider investing in one of these filters for your best recorded sound. And tip number 5 was all about the sound checks. Do an ABC, 1, 2, 3, go high, go low, and then hit the plosives. And that is all you need to know to get on a microphone with some confidence and with some easy functionality. Show people you know what's up. Treat it as a part of your instrument. It's an extension. Don't be afraid of it. Own it. Thank you so much for watching today. I loved learning with you. I'll see you on the next video. Sing on!